honey. It's okay. It's okay, baby. We're going to go live. Hi, everybody. Oh, it's so good to see you. Let's just see what we can put on for you. 1 second. And my cat's playing Romeo and Juliet. It's okay, Cactus. She'll be there tomorrow, I promise. Hi, everybody. It's been a minute. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. It's okay, baby. It's okay. Come on, we're going to go live. But it's okay, honey. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I've got so much to share with all of you. And do you know, I've been trying to get blocks of time to set up everything perfectly for you, and it's just not going to happen. So I just said, you know what? I just have to stay connected to my people and play it by ear and play it by foot. And I just thought it would be really amazing to emphasize it's okay, honey. It's okay, Cactus. She'll be there tomorrow. I just thought it would be good to talk about your light, because the whole thing about your issues, whatever they may be, any issues you might have, anything that you might have, whatever is going on because your light is not in its proper place. And that's when people can take advantage of you. Hold on, what is this? Oh, it's a direct messaging thing. Okay, well, let me just stay with my people here right now. Hi, Angel, Teresa, lovely Jenny. Hi. Hi, good to see you. Thank you for liking my live. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I feel like those that are here right now kind of know my work. And that's why I really want to emphasize it's okay, sweetheart. It's okay, honey. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, baby. It's okay. Okay, he's having a lot of wow. He just found a creative way to get up. There's a lot of triggers in the world, and there's a lot of people who, and this is so important. I'm so glad. I know those that are here are very in tune to me and already know that I am a Heyoka empath. Let me explain what that means. Cactus. It's okay. Oh, it's so good to connect with you. Do you know, I was going to wait one other day. I wanted to get rested. And I'm like, fuck that. Even if it's a half hour, let me just connect with them. I'm a very simple being. I'm not a femme coach. I'm not a love coach, a life coach. God forbid, a licensed therapist. I believe they are the most disturbed, because you will always excel in that which you suffer from and need a way out. Licensed therapists read many books on how to manipulate the mind. Thank you. How to kind of like surgically cut you up in a certain way where you're saying what you're saying in order to extract what they believe is the decay. Whereas, and although I've had all these people, including spiritual leaders, as my clients, I'm not any of those. I am a very simple being. I'm a mirror, and I'm very good at it. So when I get licensed therapists who say to me, you always call me out on my shit because no one else can see it through them because they're so good at deceiving, it means that I have the ability to see what is really there. No matter what words, what technique, what pattern is used, I will see it because I read energies. And that's my goal, to teach you. Because once you do that, and it's really interesting because there are those that all of a sudden, regarding me as spiritual leader, I'm like, yeah, wow. I don't advertise myself as a spiritual leader, nor would I ever want to be convoluted in that. I think it's like wax. I think it melts and it molds depending on who has the candle. So I am a mirror. And for those that are ready to see, you're not going to be able to deny what I see because it's there. And that's the gift I have of accuracy, of seeing what is there. Now, sometimes I get very excited about someone coming. I scare them a bit because I kind of leave them a voice note. Oh, this is going to be so exciting because right now you're going through this and this. I start getting emotional because I feel all their stuff. And I said, oh, and you've been through so much in a silent, like, cry out loud where there's no voice, and then they postpone the session. And I've learned to just not get excited because it's kind of like they're not ready for that. They're scared. And so I've learned to just wait, let them have the session, then let them go crazy and be happy. And oh my God, you'll never believe what happened next 3 days. Because what happens in the next 3 days is what would happen to anyone who takes out what is known as a block, what I see as a pain, which is only a darkness, which when you have a mirror, like an ant underneath, let's say that's the blob of pain, it singes that ant completely. And so what ends up happening is whatever is under there, because it's burnt, and that's what feminine energy is. You know what? I recently extended a session toward someone I met on my travels who's worked hard all her life. She really extended herself to me, and I don't usually offer a session, but I did. You know, she has 4 kids, she's working 4 jobs, that kind of a thing. And I do what I do with most people. I said a couple things. I'm not into how are you, how is shmoo. It's more like, I see right now this and this, and just recently this and this, and oh, you're coming to this. And people get very alert because truth will always resonate with the body because truth is natural. The body is natural. Truth can't be manufactured, so it can't be recycled, repeated, or patented. And so your body will resonate like a fine-tuned instrument with how truth plays it. And it'll strike many chords. And sometimes it's screeching because what comes out is pure gold in terms of a trigger. All triggers are gold. All triggers are gold. And so if you have so-called friends around you who sabotage you by when you talk about something someone did to you, aka victim stance, and they agree with you what an asshole they were, they completely deny you your power. Because that incident came right here and now in order for you to play out, because it's a match of a parallel of something else that was. In order for you, let's say at another time where you couldn't voice the shock that was happening, and this was a minor shock, but in the same realm, and you reacted because you're reacting that which you failed to act on in the past. But then if someone comes along and slams it and says, oh, they were such an asshole, you've just still locked in your cycle of shit. But if you don't have that person, or like in my situation, my client said, oh my God, I'm so mad they did that to you. How dare they? And I'm like, no, it's okay. That night, the scene of the original bombardment long time ago came up in my mind, and I said, oh my God, so this bombardment, which was on a low level, but still an invasion of privacy, but on a low level, not like when my mother died and everybody from the neighborhood walked into the fucking house when I was going through everything. This was the children and the owner who just walked into my house because there were people repairing things, but they brought their dog, and I have a cat, and they just threw it on the floor. And I kind of went, everybody out, not screaming, not swearing, but the intensity, the little girls were a little startled. And I had to profusely explain myself the next day because I said to her what a gift that was. Because it was that part of me back there that couldn't speak up on behalf of my mother's privacy that now spoke up, but in a different realm, in a different time. But because it was matched, I can close that now. It's not a closure, it's an actual close, and it's gone because the missing part that you couldn't do was done now but attached to then. He's singing. It's okay, Cactus. She'll be here tomorrow, I promise you. Oh my God, she's talking back to him. I wish you could hear it. So it's very important who you have around you, because all this staying in the dark is what dims and makes the light access not even accessible to you. Do you know what I'm saying? You deny your power. It's like whenever anyone compares or says, oh, your hair, you got it highlighted, like it's not natural. And you're like, yeah, I streaked it, whatever. What that person who is saying that is really actually doing to themselves is they're denying them the same right. They're saying, I can't. I have to stay with my yucky color, camel shit color hair, and I can't possibly do that. So, oh, that's weird. Huh. Oh, there we go. So sometimes I get excited and my computer acts funny. And when I'm with my clients and I'm screaming in sheer excitement of a breakthrough they had, uh, they won't hear sound. And they're like, your computer turned off. And I'm like, dang, it always does that. When I get excited, it can't handle my frequency. But when they scream, it does. So it's just, one of those things. Back to the light thing. I have a big job to do with you. And I'm so excited about it. And I have thought of a way in order to interactively teach, have you not only hear words that are not repeated or duplicated because they're sourced. They're sourced. I'll give you an example. I had a wonderful client message me after a live to let me know how she enjoyed it and what it did for her. And I felt like saying a few words to her. Her response was, "You just breathed life into me or into my soul," or something like that. But you just breathed life into me. What is that? Not all content is alive. Not from the people's words, not from articles, not from books that you read, which is, I've got so much to say to you. Hold on. Where's my water? I've got so much to say. I've got so much to say. When there is content that is alive, it charges you. It does something to your frequency. It opens you up. It breaks you open on the inside. You don't even know you're healing. You're like, oh, something just broke open inside me. Wow. And you're laughing your ass off. That's real healing. Because healing is transmission. It's not stocking piles of data. It's instant. I guess it's how Jesus did what he did. It's like any medicated plant that would soothe an inflammation instantly because that's what it's supposed to do. So it has to do it. So the reason she said that is because words will breathe life into you when life is writing it. So I don't like to call it channeling. I don't sit there and go like this or any of these weird things. I see the words, like people see the words on the wall. I see them in my head. I hear them in the back of my head. And then it's 3 dimensions. Then I see pictures. And then somehow I'm supposed to connect all of those, describe the picture as an analogy metaphor so that it bypasses your brain of just receiving data because the picture ignites all your fucking senses. I am so excited. Okay, I have to tell you why I'm so excited. Okay, one thing at a time. When you can see a description and then you can feel how that would be, and it might even, because the word is so descriptive, lend to a smell, especially the way I write or I talk, because I know the picture's not in front of me and it's inside of my head. I am microscopically describing it. That's why I'm very good at that. I remember, oh my God, having my first boyfriend in LA, and every time I talk to him, he's like, why is it when I ask you how your day goes, you sound like a caption of a book? And I'm like, I sound like a caption of a book? Really? Cool. What's a caption? Like, I didn't know what a fucking caption was. For those who don't know, this is not my first language. and I'm dyslexic as a Heyoka. But I wanted to say, when there are words and it is received out of mind, not from mind, which is dead, but it's sourced, it has to affect you. It has to. It's not about information anymore. Information doesn't cut it. It's transformation that you're hungry for. You've got all the information from fucking 30, 40, 60 years ago. And what? And you've got a library of information that can be buried into your next life. But nothing's been transmitted. So I have taken it upon myself to find a way with bullets and short snippets of scenarios and issues and insight that is sourced. And I've created a bundle ebook called The Sacred and Feral as Fuck. You know, I just have to jump. That lady that I gave a session to, she looked at my vids, and she adamantly said, I don't agree with any of this. I don't need to be weak. I need to be in control. And it was a very clear, very, very clear display of misconception. It's okay, baby. It's okay. She'll be there. She'll be there, honey. Yeah, I know. Okay, what else? It's okay, honey. Good boy. Oh, now he's sitting down. I love you. Good boy. Good boy, sweetheart. A lot of people, because everybody's giving their two takes on what feminine energy is. I don't have an opinion on what feminine energy is. As I start to talk about it, I know more and more about it because it's being downloaded. And that's why when I say things to a lot of you, you're like, I've never had anyone explain it that way, meaning it reached you because the content was alive. That's why it reached you. Not because my words were pretty, but because it was alive. And so this ebook, The Sacred and Feral, which is flame as fuck, triology, this lady had the idea of feminine energy as a weak passive. And she says, and then it pisses me off because all these other girls are like, say a few sweet words and they get a man to eat out of their hand. Exactly. But there's a lot of layers. I would have to, not just one session, go with her. But I saw where she was at. And that's why I really love the title of The Sacred and the Feral. Not the soft and the flimsy. Not the passive and the blowing in the wind. None of that. Because all those messages about truly feminine energy and what Empress energy really is and taking our place on the throne, a lot of memory has been erased of who and what we are. It's been skewed. The history books have been rewritten, of which I'm going to write about in my book, Supernatural Badass. But I just had to do this because I said to myself, there's no way you're going to be able to transform with Supernatural Badass. It's going to be heavily insightful. And it's my biggest scare was it's going to rip every idea without a dispute out of you, because I'm going to fold it open on the table for you to see where it does not fit. And I'm going to connect it to where you have issues now and major problems now, major circles now, major dysregulation in your nervous system now. And I know, because I can feel you, first you're going to be enraged because it's the truth. And you're going to see it for that. I said, if I strip from them their blanket, the only thing they had in this world, because their own blanket is camouflaged and separated and fragmented and stripped in like ribbons, they don't have that solidification. It's like taking someone off a drug and not giving them a vitamin sequence, not giving them a way to bridge and repair that which they needed the drug for. And so that's why I decided to write these 3 ebooks. And they are called Chaos, Meet Wisdom, The Cosmic Roast, Karma's Calling. Second book, From Chasing to Chosen, Savage Status. Third book, Fuck the Fade. No more Delulu. Just dominion, domination. Because that's our birthright. There's so much missing, and I can go on 100 billion tangents. I just want to keep this focus, and then I'm going to answer any and all questions. I have decided that with these ebooks, I'm going to also design bi-weekly sacred and feral as fuck classes to not only discuss the books, but as the transmission through comedy, disguised as comedy, comes to you. And I'll explain what I mean by that in a minute. You're going to start to unravel, and life's going to change, and you're going to need to learn how to handle. It's like you're learning how to box, and then you go in the ring and you go to a higher level. Well, you're going to need to know the technique of the higher level. So life will start to change very rapidly. And I don't want you like a dreidel spinning on your top, not knowing where you're going to land, or a throne of the dice. It's got to be anchored for you. So what I decided to do was this, and we're making this available right now. The Sacred and Feral as Fuck bundle is available for pre-order now at a discounted rate of $7.7 US. That comes with a secret chapter. I just heard Robert Jr. Kennedy talk about this shit that he's not supposed to talk about, that I already wrote about in the secret chapter. I was so scared to talk about it on TikTok. I thought they would just take it down. I said, how can I get this to my people? I fucking wrote the chapter. It is important because it's called, you know that show Armageddon, the end of the earth? It's called Estrogeddon. And the subtitle is Soft Boys and War Queens. I'm going to reveal the root of why guys are this way. It's not only when we are in our masculine, which does by default put them in their feminine, and they get very a certain way. And if you need me to talk about what that is, and I have attached here a series on how to recognize a femme guy. Save yourself 6, 8, 10, 12 years, because you don't see the traits right away. They kind of sneak up on you, and even if they're a fireman or a bodybuilder, you cannot tell. But with these series, and each series, there's about 6 to 8 vids, each 20 minutes long. One is about the art of detaching from someone that you need to not think about. The other is, and I warn you, it works So do not take it to manipulate. If you screwed up with your guy or your girl, it will work and bring them back. How to bring your ex back. And the Fem Guy series and how to detach. I've attached them here, or they're on my profile. Now, with this pre-order and before you go and get this pre-order, let me tell you what else happens with it. You will become a part of my exclusive, which is screened. Not everybody can be a part of it. Community on my WhatsApp group, Sacred Feral as Fuck, where you will receive transmission via insights daily, sometimes 2-3 times a day. I may miss a day, but then hit you hard the next day. All kinds of things, from recipes to beauty things to I have the ability to understand the emotional thought pattern that is repetitive and negative that causes an illness. Meaning, every single person, and I love doing this for my people, that has a knee problem, let's say, or a toe problem, a uterus cyst problem, ovary problem, gallbladder, kidney problem, low back, pinky, keep stubbing your toe, diabetes, whatever it is. First of all, I'm not a doctor, but I will tell you things your doctors don't know. I saved the last client, her gallbladder. Your doctors will not tell you the blood work you need in order to check a certain organ. And as a Heyoka empath, because I get insight into, and I scan your face and see it through your body, but it's not just that. I know by other things that are slightly off in your body, the 1 or 2 repeated negative thoughts that are in the back of your cortex here, not the cerebral front cortex, the back. You don't know you're saying it. It's looping. But it's being said and when I say it to you, go, oh my God, I feel that way every day. Yes, keyword feel, because it's being said. And the feeling that it evokes is what creates in your body somewhere an illness related to those 1 or 2 sentences. When I put a spotlight on those sentences, it stops. It stops. Not to mention, as an avid, passionate sports nutritionist, I will always redirect you to heal something because everything's healable with the right nutrients. You will get dis-ease for 2 reasons. You swallow your pain because you need to understand your eyes, when they don't get to have their say, when they don't get to play, when they don't get to dislodge, when they don't get to express. Your organs then will cry the tears. Your eyes refuse to shed. And when your organs cry, they malfunction. And that is a story of the masculine energy woman. For all these reasons, and if you have those questions, ask me. So I'm going to be adding that so that you get familiar with all kinds of thoughts that pertain to each body's illness. It can help your family, other people. Sports nutrition. Plus, I'm going to get very in tune to my people because I'll see their faces in classes. And when I see your face, when I was a teenager and I was involved in groups in school and stuff like that, and even later as an international trainer, doing CEOs, celebrities, and people like that, I discovered I couldn't patent it, but I'd have physio people send me their people because I got rid of injuries that people needed surgery on. I created my own ways. I call it connective tissue stretching. Because my Heyoka abilities will go into whatever I do. So it will be sourced. And I would not be able to tell anybody on the weekend where I'm going, because if I did tell I'm going to this beach or whatever, I couldn't sit there in peace. I'd sit there and I'd go, oh my God, her boyfriend just called her back. Oh shoot, oh my God, my stomach's killing me. That's mom. Mom, your stomach's... I have all these tentacles. I almost want to say but I mean tentacles into people I'm connected with that pop up to me on a screen, like as if I'm watching their movie of the week. So for me to have peace, I can't tell anyone where I'm going because I have to be completely unplugged from you. So when I see your faces during the classes, which is an add-on for 27 monthly, I am then in tune and I can leave a voice note that says, don't even think about picking that phone up. Don't do it. I said, don't do it. Breathe with me, go walk out. You will, just like those that hear my vids and is like, oh my God, I was just going through this. How did you know blah? Oh, it's going to be psycho like that. It's going to be as if you have a little fairy goddess or something on your shoulder that gets to see everything going on. And so I will be there that way. That's going to be awesome. So this community that gets the voice, this voice that you're hearing right now, I've had people on the other side of the moon listen at 4 a.m. and they're like, it's just your voice, Nicole. I fell asleep to your voice. I don't know what you were talking about, but I just needed to keep it on to hear your voice. So I've realized that my voice, because it carries a frequency, does a lot of good stuff. So it doesn't matter what mood you're in, I'm going to slap it out of you. And I have many creative ways of doing it on my voice notes. When you have someone breathing such excitement on a message and you're having a dull day, it's no longer dull because you feel their energy. It's not over there. It's now meshed and commingling with you. And you start riding their high. That separately is 33 monthly, but that is what the people who take the pre-orders now will have nonstop lifetime pass for, or you can pay the 400 or 500 monthly that is as an add-on. So you will get the secret chapter on the true source of why guys are soft. You will get this access to this community. You will be able to also DM me on talking on anything specific that I can flow into the dailies on the WhatsApp. And you will have a 10-minute clarity call with me. And when you do this, my energy, as you can imagine, is very precious to me. It's my currency. It also affects people's bodies. Not only do people get energy from me, but people standing next to me that are sick and have to take this heart medication want to throw it in the garbage because they notice while they're talking they don't need this medication. I'm like, no, don't do it, because I got to go. Don't do it. I've had this all my life. So I can't even begin to know at the rate and to feel so pleased and proud with all of you at how much you're going to fucking excel, how much I'm going to slap out of you of this garbage, that garbage, and this boom, 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 because I am not playing. There is a very big reason why you need to have your light in place. And there's a very big reason why, as a woman, you need to be in that Empress energy. So for those that are interested on this special offer for the pre-orders. I don't know how much longer it'll be. Once the store is set up and we're ready to go regular price with the bundle, then the pre-orders will stop. For those that want the pre-order, let me know. You can take it through Stripe or through PayPal or, whatever's good for you. All right, so moving on. So now here's what I want to say. Pain, which blocks your light because it's like a rock, is the biggest thing I need to get rid of from you. And it's, again, I was trying to think of a way without you working. So can you even imagine this soul technology of having a transmission disguised as comedy of such an intense fashion that when you get to the point where you're reading about an issue that you're currently in and you're fucking pissing, you're pissing, you're laughing so hard that you can laugh at your pain. What does that mean? A couple things. First of all, that doesn't usually happen until 20, 30, 40, 60 years after the fact. If you're very, very happy in your life, you can then be a little bit, it almost looks like a cartoon movie, what happened. And that's a lot of time. And so in this method, with the way I've written these mini vignettes, these powerful punched paragraphs, bullets, like I'm talking right at you, in this very highly insightful way in slang, funny as fuck, and the way I am descriptive with analogies and metaphors, it's a world you have forgotten because it's the ease of which you get rid of things, which is the only path for an Empress energy. Not working, not hypnosis, not I got to dig into the trenches, not I got to cry it all out and feel that pain, not any of that. Not any of that. What we are doing here is we are bypassing pain by seducing it into transformation. And that is untouchable. That is, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get this in your hands. That is so excitable. It's going to be probably close to 200 pages by the time it's almost finished formatting. All three comprise books. One starts you at the baseline, hitting the targets. Second one works in the new circuits. The third one flatlines the old you and gives birth to the new you, the fire in you. Not the passive wallflower, let's be nice and not be authentic. When you go through many, many pages of an energy-driven written book that's infused and alive and has this kind of attitude and authentic vibe, it holds your attention. It's kind of similar in terms of differences to you learning how to play tennis on YouTube or with a teacher from school or some coach and learning to play tennis with the most masterful person in the world. And when there are people who are most masterful in the world, it is because they have access to otherworldly input, insights, and technique and memory. mostly memory. They're remembering. They have an edge because they have the acumen of being able to predetermine where the ball's going to go. They call it instincts, but it's more like they've done these plays already before. And that's the greatest things about past life. And if you want to know what your gold is that you're bringing here from your past life, most people come to me to find out what went on in terms of habits, patterns, what was underdeveloped, what was overused, because you will be born into a family that will parallel all that and incite those energies to fume and to bubble so that you attract a parallel situation like all those lifetimes until you're able to take out the landmine that's planted for you to step on, not so it blows up your foot, but so you get it. And if it's in the dark, because it's in past lives, and you don't know why you have to talk like this to guys when they say that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You think it's because, oh, other guys treated you this way, your dad did this. No, 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 it's partly, that was all designed to get you full flavor, bitter as fuck. But it's really all your past lives. But okay, let me start answering the questions. Let me just have a little water. I'm so glad I didn't wait another day to connect with all of you. So when it comes to your light, and this is what I'm going to cover with the classes, we're going to go from the root to the cactus thorn that's irritating you. Or should I say more correctly, the light in you that is irritating their darkness. See, they're not trying to put you down. They're trying to take your light because they don't have a spark. When people are when people are obsessed with doing something to you, finding out something about you, having you, not letting you go, that obsessive energy equals an extremely dysregulated nervous system. They're not in peace. That means they're explosive. And why would you be explosive to anything unless it was connected and used as a trigger point now? So we will be going on, and the classes will continue in our communities, because I will take what we were talking about. That's actually a really great idea. And I will hone it in and hone it in and hone it in, remind you and hone it in until the next class in our community. That's going to be amazing. The 10-minute clarity call, I think, is going to be really cool because we'll get a chance to fuse together, and you'll get a chance to feel me. I'll get a chance to feel you. Okay. Oh, wow. Some really good questions here. And thank you for all the likes. We're doing so amazing. Okay. Thank you, Jen. Thank you for the compliment, love. Hi, Angel. Teresa. Hi, love, Jenny. Thank you for liking so much, sweetheart. Please share, everybody. John, peace and love. Thank you. What inspired you to say that, John? I'm just wondering. Curious. You know, a lot of people look at lives. Oh, wow. A lot of people look at lives and they listen and they don't really want to ask. And they maybe hope that someone will ask or that someone will kind of talk about what they're thinking about. Or maybe they're just, you know, kind of in the observatory witness. Let me just see what's going on here. How can I say this? I so welcome you and your questions and your highs and your ability to connect. It's so important to have one area in your world that is easy, because when you are there often and that easy becomes conditioned, your life, it overspills to your life, and that becomes easy. Because when your energy that might be fragmented or a little bit shaky starts getting easy, it's like falling in love. Everyone's good to you, and you're shown so much divine favor, and people want to give you free shit. And the other day, I'll give you an example. I was walking around. I'm in a new area, so I was walking with my Google map. It said 8 minutes, but it's 40 minutes, and it's at the 3-minute mark or 4, and I'm like, what the heck? And I never trusted again. And something made me go into this nice market, because I wasn't going to spend another 3 hours out there, because I had to then return home. And I said, I need some things in the market, but I need to go get some pet stuff. As soon as I went in the market, I said to the guy, and before I got to the market, it was very interesting. I saw this big man with a little bit of a stomach walk across the street, like, because I was going down where a lot of the homes and apartments were. Nice, quiet area. And all of a sudden, the energy of this man, I noticed him. It was like, boom, walk across the street. And I looked at him and I'm like, okay. And so when I was in the market, I noticed he was in there. And right away, I went to the guy behind the cashier and I said, do you think you can call me a cab? Because I'm not in a Americanized country. It's a European thing. And he's like, yeah. And automatically, the guy who was across the street that was in the store looked at me and he says, do you mind if I ask you where you're going? I said, no, not at all. I read the energy as I want to be helpful. I said, I've been looking 100 years for this pet store. I'm very frustrated now. And he's like, oh, just down there. I said, oh, I am almost there. He said, come, I'll take you. And I'm like, you'll stop your day and you'll go walk me there. At first I thought he's going to take me in the car. And I said, And I see him walk by the car. So it was no car. And I'm like, okay, fine. And so I keep walking with him. But before we get too far, I'm like, maybe I should go shopping first and then take a cab there, because I can't carry 2 bags of litter all the way here and then 40 minutes to my house, because I have to come back here to go grocery shopping. He's like, I'll carry it for you. I'm like, I wasn't like that with him. You know, I was very natural, but just rare, you know. And so that's what the energy attracted that day. And this man went to the pet store with me, waited outside with me, carried it all the way back to the grocery store, waited at the grocery store for me, hailed me a cab, and then said, if you need anything, text me. And that is the only exception to the rule that I would ever take a man's number, is when I'm absolutely not, emotionally interested and he really wants to help and I'm in a foreign country. And I said to myself, I was stranded there. A lot of the cabs don't take you when it's close, and all of a sudden everything was so easy. So this is what I mean when your frequency is like that. And it's really important because it enhances a man. They need that spark to be all that they are, that we need, and they need to know that they're needed, so that they feel so final and complete. And I could do a whole chapter on what a man is and what he means. And ladies, I'll tell you right now, a guy's heart is not a fucking precious, it's not my words came out backwards because I'm dyslexic as a Heyoka. I wanted to say a guy's heart, because the word trifle and commodity came to me backwards. A guy's heart is a precious commodity. Don't trifle with a guy's heart. Guys their hearts don't break. It's like liver squishes into juice. Like you need to understand, their hearts don't break the way ours do. We cry and we get bonded to a new person. They don't bond through their organ the way we do. We don't fall in love. We bond. That's why when he acts like this, we don't even like him. We can't leave. It's not just the love hormone oxytocin that we release a lot more than they do, and it's a bonding drug. Thank you for the rose. It is, men don't bond. That's why they can have sex with many, bond to none. Men have a decision-making process, kind of like it's an unexpected, it dawns on them one day that they're in love. Thank you so much. Yes, join my team. Sacred Feral as Fuck team. And when they are in love, they lose it in the minute because they're completely out of control once they realize they're in love. And it's the most breathtaking thing to see. It's like a baby whale that's not feeling well, washed up on the shore, needing your love, hugs, and kisses. It is the most vulnerable innocence of the boy in the man, the healthy boy, not the femme guys that are man children, that requires you to sacrifice and is not organized and have a plan, has nothing to give and needs to take. And so he falls in need of you, not in love with you. So when he doesn't get what he needs of you, he doesn't stay. And some fight will form. And sometimes they initiate, and sometimes it's just you're finally had it type thing. But a true masculine is a whole other animal. And the beauty of the polarity between the male and female, there is just no other poetry that is so enriching and is so touching. Because a man is so stoic, and he's not boo-hoo-hoo like all the femme guys that, cry in a commercial these days. And I'm like, do some push-ups or something. What's the matter with you? These men get touched deep. Beauty touches them. Also loss, but they cry when they can't believe what they have in a woman that's such a jewel. And it is really such a, to know that she's all theirs, it's really rare. It's really rare. But you would have to be that high degree of a woman for them to see that glow and that gem. And then that is what shields a man spiritually on this planet from all negative debris and shade and fade and every other kind of aid that this world is snorting out. So what I started to say is, I really do welcome all of you. I know how essential it is. And that's why I wanted to create this sacred and feral as fuck community where I talk with you daily, answer things daily. Sometimes there'll be music. Sometimes it'll be, I talk in poetic ways. I talk in metaphoric ways, and I talk in very deep ways. And the people who have been following me for the last 2-3 years, they get it because they've binged on a lot of my videos. But the people who are new, it's not that they can't watch it. They do, and they get that pull. It's like, I really like your vids. There's something about it. But yeah, it's real. I'm not cold. I'm clear. And people are just not used to that. I remember my mom always said, she says, when you want to tell someone you don't want them anymore or you don't like them, Nicole, just make sure they're in front of your eyes. Because when they see your eyes say, I don't feel anything for you, they're not going to have bitterness and pain. They're going to see it's right from the pillow of your heart, the bosom in your heart. It's going to be a soft place. Let me answer some more questions. Did I say it? Okay, so, I'm only, when I go through these chapters, and Cactus, what are you doing? Oh, okay. 1 second. It's okay, honey. When I go through the chapters and I imagine how you'll respond and all these things, especially I know a lot of you have come to me already, I get very, very excited, and I'm like, they're not going to even know that by midway through all 3 books, a lot of healing, it's going to be done, and they're going to feel light, and life is going to look different. And therefore, when life looks different, it's because you're not seeing it with shit inside you. And that means because it looks different, you'll attract difference. So things will be moving really quite rapidly. I believe it's going to be the new form of healing once this gets around and circulated. Okay. Jen, that's a great question. Let me answer that for you. What about the light drain after breakup? I can't seem to get myself back. Okay, so for the same reason you're complaining about not, or you're voicing your concern about not getting your light back, is the same reason that you, and the same energy rather, that you attracted the type of person to take it away. So it's not, so you're going after, you're missing the mark. You're not going after where you need to be. You're going after where you don't need to be. Not at the root, but at the top of the plant. In other words, instead of asking yourself, where and what was my energy that attracted this no-name brand, to Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. What is it? What is it? Go down. No. Full-time job. What, honey? Okay, let me give you some drugs. Catnip to the rescue. Okay, all right, honey. Yeah, you love this. Okay, good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. One second. I'm getting off on this. 1 second. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Okay, yeah, yeah. Here goes. Here goes. Okay, look. Oh yeah. Oh, go to town. Good boy. Good boy. You know, when I get out of the cab and I have so many luggages or bags or something. Oh, did you not want the drugs? Sometimes he just wants my attention. Okay, go make poo-poo, honey. I'm right here. I get out of the cab, right? And I say to the cab man, oh, I need a man right now. And he laughs. I said, I need a 5-minute man right now to carry my bag. I need a 5-minute husband. I need a 5-minute boyfriend. And that's my thing. But what did I want to say? What was I saying? Oh, right. So you are misaligned to begin with, and therefore your mind of seeking answers are missing the mark and also misaligned. I would rather ask, where was my energy that I attracted someone to take? Of course, I can tell you that it was in mother energy, because mother energy has a need to give to feel valued, which is what mothers do. But when it's done to a man, it's due because you are dominated by your masculine energy. So you attracted your opposite, a feminine energy guy who needs to be bottle fed and take and take and take. And when you had nothing to give, because your light went down and you were drained, things happened and that was it. And that is also usually when masculine energy will decide that it's now I've endured a lot. I'm almost at the end, spiritually or physically or mentally or whatever. And therefore now I've suffered enough, therefore I can leave. She'll never take the first red flag. And the reason that she works this way is because of this. Masculine energy is a woman that is locked in her mind. So when she's locked in her mind, the mind is wired to survive. It is not wired to fall in love. Okay, good boy. Good boy. I'm sure she'll be there. It's okay. So, my battery. So we should probably charge it a little bit. Okay. We can sit here. Let's see. So the way masculine energy women work is because the mind is wired to survive. That is a soldier mentality. And what does a soldier need? A battle. At all times. They need a battle. Cactus. So, yeah, I'm here, honey. I'm sure she'll come back. And so that means, and the thing is, when I say you need a battle, it's not outwardly. It's you need a battle to feel value, like a soldier needs a battle to show he has something. And that something is that he has inner strength. So what happens with a woman when she's in soldier mode is that she will be punctured with many bullet wounds. The first one, like any soldier, will not drop his gun because he got hit in the shoulder. But the second one, third, fourth, fifth, and when there's blood gushing out of the ears, at that point, she drops the sword. At that point, what are you doing? Cactus? Hey, no. What do you want to go outside? No. Come here, it's okay. It's okay. So only at that point, when the soldier felt he gave most of his life away, because that's a sacrifice, does he drop? And does she drop the sword and say, this is too much, I have nothing more to give, and then she can leave. It's like it's her permission to leave. And those are the same women who see and equate love with sacrifice. So if they're not sacrificing something, it's all enmeshed inside. The love is sacrifice. So it feels like it's supposed to be this way. So you're in your masculine energy, I assume stuck there for a while. You're aware of light and all that. But light is something that can't be taken from you. And it's nothing that he can have access to if you are in a divine feminine energy. And he would come correct, because children don't come to divine feminine energy. Kings do, because they want to give to something like that. But masculine energy women are like handmaiden energy. Walkable, walk on, misplaced, mistreated, recycled, refreshed. They're reusable, because that is the energy signature you've given to attract this kind of man. So you can't seem to get yourself back because you never had her, because she was already fragmented, and that's why you attracted the same, a fragmented person. This is a great opportunity to see that and book a one with me, or a mini package 3. I go into your past lives as to where the root of what you're going through is. It eliminates many years, many time. And from there, all the issues, and you'll see, you won't have to tell me what's going on. I always ask for name 1 or 2 things that you need to change. You just tell me that, and then I will tell you what you've gone through, all of it. But it's not about, I need to show you that I know. As a psychic Heyoka empath, I know your past. That does nothing for you. I will show you all the things that you've done and what is in your past lives that is the root where it was initiated. And even though you are in a different timeline, you've attracted a parallel time in scenarios that match your past lifetime scenarios to trigger that. So it's all beautifully orchestrated. That's how I'm able to do it now to over 3,500 clients of you globally, all from TikTok. Or if you have some other way of doing it. I really don't recommend a therapist, a hypnosist, a LP, NLP. I'll tell you why. I wrote it down. Here's why. I'm very strategic when I need to get my point across. This is why conventional methods fail. And feel free to disagree if you need or any more clarity on why I'm saying what I'm saying. Okay, hold on. That's better. Therapy. Therapy analyzes pain, doesn't remove it. Life coaches. Teaches mindset, ignores energy. Love coaches. I've had all these people. Script responses, not soul shifts. NLP rewires your thoughts, but not patterns. Hypnotherapy bypasses the ego, but not karma. That's where I go into. Spiritual therapy loves light, avoids the root work. Manifestation focuses on desire, not energetic slices. Now, all these methods, they work on the surface, or they actively make you feel that way. They rearrange your mental furniture, but they don't really burn the haunted house down. It's still there. They soothe, they distract, but they do not extract. Why the way that I do works, I read your energy. I see the block before you do. I disrupt illusions so your ego will squirm, then free itself. I break the karmic loops, no more lifetimes repeating the same ex bullshit. I reveal truth, not the soft kind, the shatter you awake kind. I dissolve toxic frequencies. You'll feel it actually leaving your body, especially when you read this book. I activate power, not just feminine, not just masculine, but divine power. I awaken your ancient self, the version of you who never begs. I rewire attraction, no more vibing with low men, low women. I sever your past life trauma. You won't recycle pain. This is beyond psychology, beyond manifestation, beyond anything you've ever tried. I don't fix you, I return you. This is a DNA level correction. And it ends with you, actually, so that it can be the last woman in your lineage suffering. Because something very cool happens. When you break the cycle of repeat with karma, same, because you're still in the wrong energy. You're not in your earthborn sex energy of a woman energy. You're in a male energy. Just think about how weird that is. But nobody's really taken it apart. But when you... Cactus, please. All night. When you break a pattern and no longer act in a way that hurts you, pay attention to this part. All the way back to the beginning of time, all the women that, and people you were, that suffered, that brought you here in this way, that suffering disappears because you're not this way anymore. You're the new way. So not only do you free, it's, you know what, a lot of you going through a lot of shit right now, and I don't blame you for saying, I don't really give a fuck about my ancient this and my ancient that and my lineage. I need to pay my rent. I need to get this. I need new books. I need new this. Fine, I don't need to save the world. I just want a fucking life. And you're right. You're right. But what you do within cannot not also happen on the outside. So this feeling of non-suffering all these ages will be the euphoric feeling you're feeling. You don't have to say, I'm doing this for them. It's just you're going to feel a surge of energy and an entitled humbleness, this this place of grace. It's beyond gratitude. It's this, not I can't believe I'm chosen to be in this kind of life and stuff, or with this person, people. It's just a quiet sense of this balloon type to the max of happiness. I don't know how else to explain it. Okay, let me answer a little bit more here. Oh, cactus, please. Hey, thank you for the heart. Thank you. I'm not a fortune teller, and for me to work in the most amazing way for you, you would have to give me an issue, not to say, what do you think of me? What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Okay. Cactus, please. Come down. Sit down. I need you to sit down. Get off my bananas. Get off my bananas. You cannot sit on my bananas. I love you so much. I love you so much. Okay. Okay, baby. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah. It's my beast. It was so weird. Someone left me this little message of, he's grown. And I'm like, yeah, that's what animals do. They grow. And they told me I couldn't have that message on. I don't, like, just some weird stuff is going on. I can't even be sarcastic. Yeah. Oh, if you don't have an animal, I recommend everybody get one. But again, this animal found me. Yeah? Oh, is it my attention you want, honey? Is it my attention? Yeah, I love you. Don't worry. When I'm on about 2 hours, and I guess, it's kind of been long, that's when he gets a certain way. Yeah. What did I want to say? Yeah. So if you sat across me and I saw you, I could tell you exactly where you are, but I would have to see you, sweetheart. Hi, Kathy Bear. Butterfly. Capifola, is that what that is? Move. Love it. Thank you, John. I wish I knew what you're saying, love it too, but that's okay. As long as you love something. Love is what keeps everything happy. And it's all good. It's all really good. Where are we here? Hey. If I butch up your name, please forgive me, Sarah. Okay. I want you to know how I work. It's really important. So let me break you in right now. I don't use labels. I find them disempowering. I find them terribly disempowering, because when you say, oh, I have a narcissistic this, this label mother, this label father, what you're doing at that instant exactly is you're going, victim, life pointing at me, I'm a victim because they're this label. And it's not the truth. You're not a victim. You're cutting yourself off your own sovereignty, your own power that you brought them to you, which means you could take them away. You're kind of Okay, it's a hair thing at this moment. Hold on. Cactus, please. Yeah. Okay, so let me do my hair 1 second. But I'll keep talking. Cactus, please. No. Oh my God. You exhaust me, baby. So for me, when you're asking, I have and I believe you said a narcissistic baby. When you ask questions like that, that is something to ask to a shrink who puts people and places in square boxes of categories and labels and never gets to the root. So I like to get to the root. When you say the baby is a certain, let me see the exact wording. Oh, baby daddy. Okay. Sarah, I really feel you, love. You're with someone destructive. Have you? Okay, so let me put it to you this way. Okay, you ever notice people who just fell in love, how nothing bothers them? You ever notice they're crossing the street and people are like, move your ass, you're taking so long. And they're like, I love you, because they're in love. And I give you that example because I want you to understand what would make you immune to him is you not being an energy of a victim, which means you're tired of suffering, but you're clinging on to suffering doing the same thing, which means you can't get out of it because it's a conditioned response, because it's an energy, because you're living in your masculine. So you've got all these other things that are triggering you to do and be and do that makes him alive to do the thing that switches all his switches on like a Christmas tree in order to target you. You've rid yourself of your power. What I would do, well, the root is that you're not in your body's sex energy dominating you for sure. You're not there, but if you could find something that would bring you immense joy, immense love, whether it's a hobby, whether it's a donation, whether you're giving time to animals, to kids or something, or painting or something would really, that loves you back, that shows you your value, or a TikTok channel, whatever, that would make his ways hard to compete with the way you're feeling. It wouldn't attach itself to, you have many slices in your heart, and that's connected to a father. And so he can hook onto those. So the answer is easy, but again, you're in the state of mind because you're so belittled and so this that you don't even feel like doing anything that would, you don't have the feeling to go do something that would bring you joy. So, I mean, if you know someone that can shift you on the inside into your feminine energy, that sparks you, that makes you excited, go to them. It's what I do to the most stubbornest women. And for me, it really, how can I explain how exciting it is to have someone, I wish I could have it done to myself, to hear something that it's beyond resonates with you. It's not just a resonates with you. It is fucking you. It's like, oh my God, that makes sense. Why I do this and that? And it's light. It's not, oh, I got hit over the head in my last lifetime and now I'm scared to go under a tree. No, it's always uplifting, because that's what clarity is. Clarity is very uplifting. So I believe that when you are looking for so-called tools to keep that behavior doable, it means you're asking for gloves to be able to hold a pot that is ongoing, scorching, burning hot, which only enables you to hold it so long before you can drop it because it burns through the gloves. It's not the root. You can say that again. Okay. Does everyone solve past life issues? Those who come to me, yes. If they come to me, but they leave before the time is done, then the ones that aren't solved are there, and the ones that were solved are solved. I seem to attract hurtful people. You know why? Because you're very good at hurting yourself, honey. Because men learn how to love us by how we demonstrate love towards ourselves when we are with them. So, and the way hurting ourselves would materialize as you not speaking up when you need to, because masculine energy women never do. They wish they could. They hold on to it. They percolate. They look at it from different angles. They may spit it out through gas during the other end, and they always have bitter thoughts as they continue to replay, and keep talking to him in the mind. And it stays with you for almost ever, because that anger that he gave to you that you swallowed it wants to return to its own home base. And unless you can say it right to him, you're not in his own home base. Hi, Rosie. Oh, thank you for all the gifts. Hi, Sherry. I was talking about you. Can they go back and forth? Can who go back and forth? Very magnetic. I need some catnip. Oh, that's so cute. I hear you. Okay, Brianna. He broke up with me. A, you were shown divine favor. B, that was a tower moment, that life threw you out of what you thought was a plastic glass palace. But when you get a tower moment like that, where someone shocks you, it's because you have failed to see the reality of your life. So life showed it more drastically. So you're saying he broke up 2 months ago because you neglected the relationship. Now you're overcompensating. You know, love, so you're saying, is there anything I can do other than to leave? A relationship in fear, which is what overcompensating in, is not a relationship. Because a relationship is a safety haven, love. So let me say this, so you can feel some sort of solace. I think that's the word. When you refuse a guy's behavior and you say no and you leave, okay, and usually I want you to know the person that leaves is usually the one that comes back. Usually that's the case. Now, or reach out first. When a guy does something, too many insights, 1 second. Oh my God, that was too many. Okay, yeah. So, thanks. So, when a guy does something and you don't like it and you say, no, I'm not accepting this, to yourself, you say, and you cut it off. Only two things can happen. He comes back because you refuse not enough. You didn't say it's not enough. He had a fight with you one too many times and you cut it off. The only two things that can happen is that he upgrades and comes back upgraded. Or, only two things, life sends you, just like they sent you him that had the perfect this, that, but you just don't like this, that. But when you refuse, and I'm saying this because I don't want you to be afraid of leaving, when you leave, you're saying to life, this is not acceptable because our arrangement now has forced me to be in a way where I'm nervous and I'm anxious. That's going to affect your money. And I have anxiety and I'm doing too much and I'm always watching myself and, oh my God, I'm tired thinking about it. I will tell you the best way to cut him off, which will put your frequency high. If you say to him now, you did this, now you made me this, and you did this, and you never did this, and I neglected the relationship because I needed to do this, and there wasn't enough to hold me there, which is actually the real truth, then life will see that you're minus this, in your relationship, and will send you the same. But if you say, and I don't know when this has happened, if it's even applicable and appropriate right now, but if you say, hey, Dick, John, or Mo, Schmo, whatever, if it's hard for you to do face to face, then I would do it in a text. And I would say, John, I really appreciate, and name 3 things that he's done and go into a descriptive detail. I really appreciate all those times that you specifically took me out in the rain to drive because you know I love the rain. I really loved all the time that you've taken me out on dates, and especially because you know the best restaurants to take me in. I really appreciate how funny you are. What are these things doing? They're mentioning all the great things he's given you. And then at the end you say, but I'm not fulfilled, so I'll be letting you go. What do you think the universe sends you? He's just given all this, but it wasn't quite enough. That means they have to give you all that plus more. That's what I would do. You see, you need to be away just to reconfigure yourself. You're imbalanced now. You're triggered. So you can't straighten out the trigger. That's like saying I sprained my ankle while I was running. But Nicole, I don't want to stop running. And I'm like, okay, but Brianna, it's now more sprained. So I need it in a splint, and I need you just with your foot off, and you can mentally think about all the times. And actually, what I would do, if I was your sister right now, I would say, Brianna, go fucking get her series on how to get the ex back. Tell him you're not fulfilled in the exact manner she did. And then you'll have a chance to work on your magnetic ability. And I give you all these exercises to do that will make him call back. And when he calls back, he's sure he wants you. He's sure he's in love with you. And most importantly, he's sure he wants to do more things to keep you, which will eradicate the first problem that even happened. So the way the feminine protects her light is she doesn't have, there's a couple things, and I'll be going about it in our school. There's many scenarios of which light can be taken. It's not one way to protect. And she dances under a bar of soap, and waves a fan. It's not like that. She doesn't have anyone that doesn't see her for her value in her life that she speaks to. She just doesn't. She doesn't work anywhere that's not heightening. She does not work a boring, dull job. It's something she's passionate, or she has her own project. She takes care of her body, and she takes care of her beauty, and she puts on her beauty, because when you put on your beauty, it takes you out of your mind, because it enhances all your senses, things that smell good, feel good, look good, touch good, sound good. She does a lot of things that give her humor. She spends time out in nature. She definitely works out. All these things keep your energy intact, because these things translate to you value, in which you just don't throw your pearls to swine. You have no need to beg to be noticed. She does not need approval. She says her feelings that are negative as it happens. She doesn't store it for next Christmas, for when she's drunk so she could spill it. These are just a few basic, I'd be going in deeper in the classes, but these are just a few things. I need this. This book is called it's an ebook bundle comprised of 3 books. It's called The Sacred and the Feral as Fuck Trilogy. And it is comprised of 3 books. Book 1 is Chaos, Meet Wisdom, the Cosmic Roast, Karma called. Book 2, From Chasing to Chosen, Savage Status. Book 3, Fuck the Fade, No More Delulu, Just Domination. It's funny, I can't tell you. And as I was telling everybody, it bypasses your pain and seduces it into transformation through the intense, alive content. This is not typical words of a book that you read and goes to your brain. You read it through feeling it. And you know what that will do? That will make you trust your heart again, because you don't now. I missed it. I wish I caught it. It's okay, sweetheart. My dad's nickname was Despair. Do you remember me? Your dad's nickname was Despair? How many years are we going back? I don't remember. Can you give me more? High energy waves. How does a feminine communicate her feelings? We'll be going over the details in this in class, but she uses the word I, not you, and she speaks from her feelings. I love, I don't like, I'm uncomfortable, I'm not uncomfortable, this isn't right for me, I need to leave. But understand that when you are dealing with a femme guy, since his feminine energy is at its heights, it's going to compete with your feelings. His feelings have to come first. So when you say, I don't feel good about that, he'll go, well, I don't feel good about you not feeling good about it. You can't talk like this to a femme guy who's also female energy. And then you will sacrifice yours because you're in a masculine energy. You would have to out-femme him. Yeah, Zan, I can do you very thoroughly if you come for a session and let me know what your issue is. Okay. I believe so I told you the book. Yes? The book is, and the pre-orders are out now. And with the pre-orders, you get to be part of, which is normally 33 monthly, the exclusive WhatsApp group, which means you hear from me daily about things that aren't going to be anywhere else. A secret chapter, which is what the world doesn't know about femme guys and soft boys and war queens. And you get a 10-minute clarity call with me. So Sherry, you will be getting that as well. Fabulous. Oh, Brianna, about your thing when you said, is there anything else you can do? If you booked a session with me and we role played, like I would be you and you would be him and you would hit me the way he would target, how he would talk, then energetically, I would show you how to maneuver him. You wouldn't have to memorize what I'm saying, but we would do it back and forth. So I would be you and you would be him. And you would say all the things he'd say, and I'd show you how to maneuver him. And then you would be you and I would be him, and I would hit you harder and make sure you learn how to maneuver you. We have role playing. Yeah. I'm wondering if you could squeeze it into a half-hour sessions. Most of my half-hour sessions are all sold out now, but I suppose I could squeeze in one more. But I really definitely would recommend a full session, because I would want to give you your automatic weaknesses that you get triggered from. I would want to bring it to your attention what those weaknesses are that you get triggered from him. Because when you don't know what they are, they keep happening automatically, subconsciously, and he sniffs that and he plays on it. Oh, thank you for sharing. If you're with someone that doesn't validate your feelings, the most important thing that you need to know is that you never validate your feelings. So you're attracted to someone who doesn't validate your feelings. And the next question is, why are you with someone that makes you question your value and makes you feel each day, each week, each month, each year smaller and more insignificant? Don't even answer that question. You don't know why. You're just pulled to the opposite of what you are. The thing is, I would not find that healthy to be in. Can you help a man move out of his feminine energy? I did that with a couple who's getting married soon. She worked with me for a month, nonstop every day, except for 1 day a week. It was in a very severe way. He had thrown her out with the kids, so it was really severe. Now they're engaged to be married. So yes, but your focus, because it's a masculine angel, is not about helping him. What helps him is you helping you and only you. Because when you are aligned perfectly, it's like setting a diamond on the mound of a ring. The rest of it looks perfectly. You don't have to make people see it from certain angles. So when you do you, he responds differently. I have a lot of women who are like, he'll never do that. That's not like him. I'm like, well, if you be in a way that is not like you, that you've never been like, then he's going to respond to that. That's exactly what happens. You're welcome, Brianna. All right, everybody. Okay, I think I'm going to just unwind now. This has been really amazing. Anyone who want more information about anything, and again, the pre-orders are out now. I don't know how many more days, but you could always get it full price once the store is up. you're more than welcome. Bye, everybody. I'll see you soon.